What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's good? Just want to make sure this is working because my live stream could get a little bipolar sometimes. Just want to make sure this is working. Good. Yeah, I think we good to go. I think we good to go. Um, Today was a weird day. Oh man, I gotta get my so I could look at. And DeMar DeRozan took it down, man. DeMar DeRozan took it down. I knew I knew that Golden State game was going to be a wash. I didn't expect the Denver game to get so crazy. Um, Juancho, if you didn't have Juancho, it was going to be tough. Marcus Aldridge did his little late run. He didn't. I don't think he did. I think he got just about 40, which is not what I need for 8K. But we got a big slate tomorrow with some very good prices. And I think that if you take your time and analyze this slate tomorrow, you should be able to come out ahead. So I'm going to open it up. And my goal is to do a 30-minute video max today, man. Not trying to sit here all night. I got work to do, a lot of work. DFS has been taken from my little schoolwork. But let's get to it. Indiana versus Miami. Indiana at home. Darren Collison is $4,500. The last game, he got you 23. The one before that, he got you 32. But what concerns me are the two games before that. You can look at the matchups and say whatever you want to say. But the fact is, he's inconsistent. But for that price, I don't hate Darren Collison. He's probably one of the first example of just how cheap players are compared to what they do. He's a starting point guard. If the game stays close, he'll get you 30 minutes a game. In 36 minutes, he already put up 30 points on this team. We just need mid to upper 20s to say we hit value. My only thing why I probably won't play him, because I do think he's kind of interested tomorrow, is because he doesn't have the upside that I need. And he's not the go-to for his team. So he's lacking upside. He's not the go-to. I'm really not interested in him like that. So I'm going to stay away. Oladipo's kind of expensive, so I won't put him in right away. I think he did make my final cut, but he already dropped 50 on his team. He's been dropping 50 every game that he plays. He's playing there 40 minutes a game. And the way that I saw Miami play, well, they did play the Nets, that was shorthanded, but Miami seems to be about the business, and they already took an L to Miami, so I think these guys come out for revenge. And then furthermore, he only shot 9 for 22. That's a little less than 50%. But Oladipo's filling up the stat sheet on every level. He's getting you rebounds, all right? He's getting you assists. He'll play defense. He'll score. He'll get to the line. He does everything, and that's the type of player I like. Leaders for their team. He's the go-to man for his team, and that's why he comes so expensive. So I'm not going to lock him in quite yet, but I do like him quite a bit tomorrow. He's been super consistent. Remember last year he would drop these games here and there, but 3 games in a row, 50+. I think that's the first time I've ever seen him do that. Then he took a day off. 2 games again. He took a day off. He's up in the 40s. So I trust Oladipo more than I ever did. I think he's a good player. I'm not going to dwell on that too much. Bogdanovich. Nah, I'm good. I mean, he's just not the number 1 or number 2 for his team, but seems to have a safe floor just in the mid-20s. He flashed a little 42-point upside, but if you think chasing that is a good idea, just not for me, not my style of player. Sabonis continues off the bench for 6K. I'm not going to pay 6K for the bench guy, okay? And then Miami, I like Dragic every slate, but one of my things has been not to play guards against Indiana. But lately, Indiana's been giving it up. Same could be said for Toronto. So who knows? If you got a skilled player, the thing about Dragic is he's just not that skilled. The Brooklyn game, I'll excuse him only because it was a blowout. He didn't need to do too much. And then the game before that, he put up 40 in 29 minutes. So we know he can get you right about 40 for that 36. We'll be happy. He got a safe floor. He won't be the guy that you look. I mean, it shows 7.5 right here. He went 0 for 7. And then he missed. I think he missed a couple games before that with an injury. He came back, wasn't 100%. But I'd rather take Jeff Teague a little cheaper tonight. I went with Jeff Teague. Even if Derrick Rose plays, I think I still like Teague because Teague has shooters around him now. And I like that. Cat's a little more confident. I like what they got going on in Minnesota. They impressed me the other day on TV. I like what I saw. Hopefully they can keep it up. They're still at home. So other than that, Whiteside, I'm officially done with Whiteside, man. He's rewarded me in the past when I get him on the right night, but he's just not that consistent. He went to Brooklyn and only put up 35 because of foul trouble, but every game it seems to be because of foul trouble. That's 4 games in a row. And that's the thing with these centers that's good at blocking shots is that they're going to get called for fouls because it's not that easy to block shots. And the blocking is a priority for Whiteside. So I can't depend on him to stay out of foul trouble. He worries me for that 8K. An 8K guy with foul trouble risk is just not wise for me right now. So I'm going to be careful with Whiteside. All right, Washington versus Brooklyn is a game that I like. I think Dwight Howard is very cheap. I haven't really picked on Dwight Howard yet. I've criticized him quite a bit and some tougher matchups. But this is a prime spot for Dwight Howard here tonight. It's Brooklyn giving up the most points to Sonnets. He's only $5,700. All he needs just around 30 to make me happy. And he's done that since he's been back how many times? 2 times. Has he been in any prime matchup? So let's see. Could have done better against the Knicks. Orlando, he could have done better. And he did do better. Cleveland, he could have done much better than that. I know it was a blowout and all that. So I did consider him heavily, but I'd rather go with not the home team because they're at home. But I'd rather go with Jarrett Allen if he plays. If Allen rules out, then I'll go Dwight Howard tomorrow just to not change my lineup too much from what I have. I like what I have so far. So that's it. And then John Wall is an absolute beast right now. The thing with these guys with these heavy tags is that if you catch them in a blowout, you're going to be disappointed. They absolutely washed up Cleveland the other day, and he was on track. He was on track, but he didn't play like the whole fourth quarter. If he did, he would have been in the upper 40s, probably touching the 50 again. For this price, I need 50 plus. I need a healthy 50, so I'm not too excited to pay him. He did make the lineup I had, but he's someone I'll throw in at the end to say that he got a safe floor. Now that I'm verbalizing the slate, I'm going to see how I really feel about some of these guys. I'm not going to pay $8K for Bradley Beal. I don't care who they playing. His price is not even that high because of production. It's that high because of ownership. People keep picking him every slate, so they upped his price. Otto Porter, you got to catch him on the right night. He seems to be heating up, but his teammates don't like him. There's locker room issues. Markieff Morris for $4,500 seems like a deal. But he's been having his struggles, and I'm really trying to be careful to pick real safe players, man. He's just not as safe as I prefer him to be. Boston versus Toronto. Kyrie Irving has been super consistent, and I don't pick point guards against Toronto, even though they gotten a little loose. They're on a 2-game losing streak. And he already did well against them. The thing with Kyrie Irving, though, that I noticed, he dropped 37. For 77, that's close to the 8K. I need upper 40s. But Boston's struggling putting the ball in the basket. A lot of these shooters been missing quite a bit. So Kyrie Irving has been taking the responsibilities. He's been a little more consistent. He's on fire. He's on fire. But I just stick to not picking guards against Toronto. They got a nice system of defense. So I'd just rather not. Just that simple. Guards against Toronto, I try not to mess with it. Jaylen Brown's picking up his game a lot, but he's going to be seeing some Danny Green, Kawhi Leonard on the wings. I'm just not interested in even challenging that at all. Gordon Hayward, his owners the other day got lucky because they played him deep into a blowout, up to his limit restrictions, whatever. I'm not interested. I'm not going to pay $6K for inconsistent Tatum. Al Horford hasn't really been doing that in this season to get me excited. Toronto, I do like Kyle Lowry for this discounted price because Kyrie Irving is giving up a lot of points to point guards. And Kyle Lowry on the season is averaging 6 times value for that. When they played, he only put up 33, so that worries me a little bit. And when Kawhi plays, I really try to be careful. And he's in a slump right now, 20s to 30s, so I'm just going to be cautious. And I pray that tomorrow be the day he breaks out of it. Van Vliet and these guys, I'm not really big on bench players like that. Kawhi Leonard, not for 9K, especially against Boston. I'm just not willing to do that. Serge Ibaka, I do like right here, though. He's hot, man. The guy's shooting the ball well from the field, close to 50% every game. He's snatching down double-digit rebounds. We can expect some defensive stats here and there. For 6K, we need mid-30s. He dropped mid-30s against them already. I'm not really interested in him too much, but I do like him as a play. All right, and Valanciunas is always safe. He disappointed a lot of people with that start the other day, and he comes off the bench, so it just depends on the game flow. No reason to rush him into a lineup. And that's it. That's how I feel about the first 3 games so far. See what's going on YouTube. Lil Tay-Rock, what's up, bro? How you do? Not too good. Rico, what up? Doug White, what up? Calvin Harris, what's good? Let's get this money. Nikita, congrats. 259 means you did well. It's a very low scoring night. All the chalk failed. No players worth 10K plus this year. I like AD for whatever price they want from him. I think he could always give you what you need. But Joel Embiid is worth it, man. I like Joel Embiid a lot. I didn't really put him in my lineup because of his price and the new additions to the team, and they just lost with him going off for a triple-double. And even with the triple-double, he was less than 6 times value. So you don't really have the upside for value that I'm looking for. So, yeah, I'm not doing that. But Embiid is worth it, though. He's consistent. He's a beast. He's trying to get MVP. That was his goal in the beginning, and he's really making a push. I noticed the Sharks in these single entries never pay up for the 10K. Yeah, a lot of these what we call Sharks, they have all of them have computerized software that generates lineups based on logarithms for different situations. So they're always gonna have like statistically whatever. Me, I just take pride in building my lineups from scratch and all that, and just putting good players in. And that's why I stay out of those multi-entry contests. Westbrook started this high-priced players crap a few years back. Howard is fool's gold. Movie Hood was good, man. How you? Tracy said what's good, Tracy. OG is a good punt. All right. Would you consider some Marc Gasol? Definitely. Any center against Sacramento. The fact that they play at such a high pace, it makes me like it. Another winning night for me. Stan Fred said he won because of Juancho. You know, I did mention once that Juancho, it's crazy. All 3 of those guys made value. Juancho, the Plumlee, and what's his name? Trey Lyles. So you have now lost all your previous profit and on a 4-game losing streak. Time to bounce back. Good job, Stanford. I see you keeping tabs on my bank. I like it. The tight end from Green Bay killed me. This DFS be cheating. All right, let's continue. What are they? Philadelphia versus Utah. Ben Simmons for 8K. I do like it. I like the price. We know he's a triple double threat, but not for the last couple games. He seems to be not taking as many shots. He realized he can't shoot. His assist numbers are 5, 6, and 7. Not into that. I'm not into that. It's kind of risky. I think Simmons is starting to get a little risky. Fultz back to the bench. Not into that. What I am into though is JJ Redick. He's averaging just about 30 on this season. It says that it's a tough matchup for him, but I'm not really buying that too much. He's back in the starting lineup, and since then he's been just around 30 for a couple games. He's only 5K. I think his floor is pretty safe as a starter for mid-20s at least, with that 30.35 upside. I like it quite a bit. I think Redick in the starting lineup is something that I should mess with tomorrow. I like Redick. Wilson Chandler for 3,700. I always will like it because I know this guy got really good upside. It's just that Embiid got a lot of usage. Jimmy Butler is going to need his a little bit. Flipping. Simmons got to run around now. Redick got to run around. So they got a lot of people who can contribute. So for that cheap price, the only reason I didn't end up with him is because I like a guy named Connaughton, Pat Connaughton, getting minutes, doing big things in a decent matchup tomorrow. I love that. So Pat Connaughton was my pay down guy for tomorrow. So I let Wilson Chandler rock. And he's still on this little minutes thing. They're not going to give him more than about 20-something minutes a game. So that kind of concerns me. I'm not ready to pay Jimmy Butler yet. He's still getting acclimated to his new team. And he went out there and put up 21 fantasy points. And, like I said, I'm just not going to pay that for him. Muscala. Everybody loves Muscala. He was big and hyped up the other day. Had a decent ownership for a guy of his caliber. Did nothing. He did nothing. Embiid is my favorite play here. Embiid is only 10K. I say only, but 3 out of the last 4 games, he's been at 60. Okay. He's going to take 20 shots a game. He's going to get double-digit rebounds a game. He's going to get you some – he's 10 assists is kind of fake, though. But even without that, if he scores 30 points, which I think he can – I mean, he went 6 for 20. That's like one of the poorest shooting percentages for him. Just imagine. He's at home. What's his splits at home? Just about 60. Really going to try to see about some Embiid tomorrow. I like that pay up for Embiid. I think Embiid is in a good spot. That's about it. That's about it. I'm going to try. If I can't do it comfortably, I'll get rid of him. But I like Embiid tomorrow. Utah. Rubio is as inconsistent as they come. Utah just lost by 50 points to Dallas. All right. Makes me so not interested in this team. This guy here has been struggling. 68 to 118. That's a 50-point loss. They just got smacked. So I think they might come out motivated, but I'm not interested in that. Motivation is not what I'm looking for. Ingles, Crowder, these guys just not fantasy worthy. The only person else is probably Derek Favors, who had a nice little streak of hot games, and then he settled out in a blowout. You know what I mean? The whole team did bad. If we think that they bounce back and play a competitive game, he should be able to get back into that mid-20s, 30s. I'm just not a fan. And then Gobert, I'm not going to pick against Embiid because Embiid seems to get into centers' heads and he'll probably get into foul trouble with that big body on him. And Embiid is so athletic, could pull him out to the three-point line and do all type of weird things. So just going to chill. I'm not going to really mess with Gobert like that. That's it. That's it for that game. Minnesota versus Portland. Got some interesting stuff here going on. D-Rose is still questionable, but he did practice, and the coach said that he looked good. All right. The coach said that he looked good. He did practice. He's 7K, though. I'm not going to pay that. They just added 2 new players to the team. Jeff Teague is 6K, which is kind of high. It's kind of high for him. 2 games without Rose, he did what he had to do. But what is he going to do with Rose back? Rose is going to take a lot of usage. So unless Rose rules out, I wouldn't really look at Jeff Teague personally. I think his price is inflated based on his recent usage, which has been based on Rose not playing. So not too big on that right there. Wiggins starting to show some promise. It's a decent matchup for him. I'm just not a Wiggins guy. I got to see a little more consistency. I'm not really. I like to say DFS amnesia. All right, we see that. Yes, he had a 40-point game, but the game before that, he only had 30. The game before that, yes, against the Lakers, he had a 40-point game, but the game before that, he only had 30. So Wiggins could be a little bit of a risk that I'm not willing to take. I did consider some Wiggins, though, just looking at 1 or 2 games, which is never a wise thing to do. Covington took a price hike from like low fours. He was 47 now. He's 53. He got 30 again. They played a good game. Everything was clicking. I just got to see a little more consistency, kind of understand where they're going with things out here in Minnesota before I even mess with any of these players. And then Karl Anthony Towns at home is normally a good thing. Another guy that's just been 50s, 60s. Karl Anthony Towns at home might be what you want, man. The matchup doesn't really worry me too much. You know, I mean, he just had 3 decent matchups. New Orleans, Brooklyn, Sacramento. Portland has Nurkic down there. I don't know. He had 2 blocks, 2 blocks here, 2 blocks. It's a good play. I trust Embiid a little more, but it's a good play. I mean, I don't see why not consider it. I don't think I got the money for it, but it's definitely a good play. And that's it. Portland versus on the Portland side, I never like to play Lillard because he'll go off when it's like the Lakers. Everybody goes off when it's the Lakers. But then for 9K, if I get low 40s, even 20s or 30s, I'm upset. And that's what he shows a lot of. So that's the risk that I'm not willing to take. CJ McCollum seems to be right around that 30 mark every game. And Minnesota, their defense could be a little suspect, but now that they got 2 new guys and they're motivated and they want to prove to Jimmy Butler that they have heart and all this weird stuff. I'm not a big CJ Mack guy, but I like what he's been doing lately. I don't hate him. I think if somebody asks me, is CJ McCollum a good player, I'll say, yeah, he's been consistent. He has a safe floor. And every now and then he'll hit you with a nice upside and make you happy that you picked him. So consider some of that. Aminu, no. Nurkic, I'm still interested in, to be honest. But 7K now. Again, everybody does this against the Lakers. Normally, you get some mid to high 30s, low 40s. That'll be decent, but on the road, what's his splits? Is he one of those guys that need the crowd? Yeah, his home split is significantly lower. So that's a disadvantage off the bat. The price is up. That's another disadvantage. Not feeling it. I don't know if I'm going Nurkic. I like Nurkic the other night when he put up that 50 bomb, and I didn't even play him. I don't like him that much tonight. That's it for that. Let's see what y'all talking about in YouTube. Memphis is short-handed, so their starting minutes are more secure. And the pace-up matchup is a good game to attack. Something to consider for sure. Even with Jimmy there, you don't think Redick loses a lot of minutes? No. They just traded away 2 players and got 1. All right. Well, arguably you could say they got 2 because they didn't have Chandler the entire time. But he's on a minute restriction. And he started. He was on the bench before he started. Now, who's his backup? Markel Fultz and Shamaz or whatever that guy's name is. I'm not really concerned about minutes for Redick. I think Redick got a safe floor for that price. It's a risk I'm willing to take. None of the over-unders tomorrow's screen must play, so I'm going to focus my bills on matchup. Not a bad idea. Jimmy gonna hit? Go. I mean, go for it. That price on Jimmy is tempted. Seriously? He don't play bad twice. He's on a new team, so you don't know what to expect from Jimmy right now. I would advise just wait and see what it comes with. But if you want to jump on it thinking it's an opportunity, I mean, it's a mystery to me. I don't know. It just might be. Didn't he drop 50 red light points against Philly like 2 years ago? I don't know. If you stuck with Millsap like you had in your lineup yesterday, you may have cash. It's time for you to change your thought process because the Sharks are eating you alive. Stanford. Good. We appreciate your opinion. Let's talk about the slate, though, not what I do. Let's talk about these players. Now those boos become cheers. How you feel about Simmons? I like his price. I don't like what he's been doing recently. And there's a new team structure. So I think for that Philly situation, I think it's best to wait and see. That's why I probably don't overplay Embiid because I feel like I'm just chasing that one game, and they lost. So I don't know. I don't know. Gotta have some Simmons. Go for it. Simmons shot attempt have been down. Yeah, maybe tomorrow is more assertive. The point that you have to say maybe concerns me. Who knows, right? I don't. Cash for 240. 240 was a cash line today for sure. What am I lining up cash for 248? Of course. Look at Wiggins' last game and how badly he shot. He still got 42. You have to realize this is how much he will score on a regular basis without Jimmy. I mean, go for it. I don't have to pay 6K for him. I'm not interested in him. It's a big slate with hundreds of players that can score 40. Wiggins doesn't really scream at me. Even Turner isn't a terrible value play, especially with Seth out. Should mean a few more minutes running on the second unit. Yeah, but Turner's not a guy that's consistent and reliable. He's not a go-to for his team. He doesn't get a lot of touches. So he's one of those guys that you play and hopefully the game flow falls into his hands. But I don't hate Turner. I think he's decent. Bledsoe's a lot. I'll check him out. Robin Covington as well. Yep. Good guys. Jimmy on a new team every 8 months. Stack Memphis, sack game. All right, let's keep going. Let's check it out. Memphis versus Sacramento. Point guard Mike Conley already dropped 40 on these guys, okay? He dropped 44 on them in 36 minutes. He shot the ball 22 times that game. Let me see if it's in my thing still. Yeah, it's right here. And he only did it with 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 27 points. He's been averaging just about 5 assists, so that's not odd for him. He can get you about 4 to 6 rebounds on the 27 points. The last 3 games, 26, 24, 32. So everything looks the same. I don't see why he shouldn't be able to do that again. And you know that the team is shorthanded. So Mike Conley is definitely a great play. Up-pace matchup. As good as De'Aaron Fox been on offense, he's been a liability on defense. Point guard's been going down there and killing that man. So Mike Conley for 7K. I feel like if it was 6,900, I'd have probably bid it. But the fact that it's 7K is just it's all in your head, right? But I don't know. It doesn't really scream joy at me. I mean, I like it. I don't love it. I'm trying to see Phoenix what he did. See 24. That's a very good matchup for point guards. Washington. It's a very good matchup. They've been giving it up big times. He only got 37. So I feel like this guy got to really catch heat. I mean, he went 10 for 22, but I don't know if I could rely on him to do that again for me. I really would prefer if he was a guy racking up on assists. But, yeah, I don't know. Mac is getting a lot of minutes off the bench. He just dropped a 30 bomb for 4K. Somebody was in my stream screaming Mac. And I almost chased it and went after Mac again. But, again, he's coming off the bench. He's 5K. He's 4K off the bench. The team is down a lot of bodies, but the bodies that they're down are in the front court, right? I'm not in a rush for Mac. I'm really not really thirsty to go Mac either. And then these guys have been getting massive minutes. 39 minutes for Kyle Anderson, 39 and 38 minutes, okay? For 5K, we need about 30. He's done 24, 32, 28. So with that amount of minutes, it's safe to say that he got a safe floor. And it's an up-pace matchup. So in 28 minutes, though, he only got 19. He might be able to turn that around. He might not. Temple, in 28 minutes, only has 16 against him. Same story. All these guys are playing big minutes, 38, 34, 37 minutes. For that price, we need mid-20s. He's got it 2 out of the last 4 games. But still, playing these big minutes, 34 and 30 minutes, he'll get you 7 and 8 points. So that concerns me a little bit. Just doesn't seem too safe of a play for me. All right. And then Jaren Jackson Jr. is who I really like in this game because of a high-paced environment. He's young, he's a rookie, so he got the legs, the energy, the stamina, the enthusiasm. I think he can run up and down on the court. It's just foul trouble seems to be a concern. But when I'm looking here, I see against Milwaukee, who a little bit tough in the power forward, right? Isn't that what Giannis plays? Just 16 minutes, he still got to 21. But then he had 5 fouls, making me think the reason that he only got 16 minutes is because he had 5 fouls and they were forced to go small. So maybe that's what helped Mac meet value the other day. I'm just assuming. I don't know. I didn't watch the game, but once this guy could stay out there like he did in Utah for 27 minutes, we know we can get about, he got some 40-point upside for that price. I like it. With Philly, he played a good 30 minutes, only got you 11. I still like this guy. Something in my belly is telling me this is what I want tomorrow. He fouled out of the first meeting that they had, the first game that they played. He did foul out with 6 fouls. But in 30 minutes, he shot the ball rather bad. Didn't really pull down too many rebounds. Got some defensive numbers. But he still got to 30. I got a hunch for that tomorrow. I got a good feeling about him. And then somebody mentioned Marc Gasol. The first game they played, how many minutes did Marc Gasol play? And what did he do? I'm curious to see because these type of pace games, this guy's been in the league quite a bit, a long time, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do all that running with these guys exactly. He went 4 for 13. Probably he was exhausted and couldn't even get a shot up. He's probably just winded. We've seen that he's been in the 40s quite a bit, scoring 29 here. He only scored 18 here, but he got 12 rebounds, 6 assists against Philly. What's another fast-paced team that he played? Let me check something out real quick. I just want to see if pace affects him, you know, because he's in a good spot. That's the prime matchup for him. I just don't know how much pace affects him. All right, so let's see. Hawks, Kings, Lakers, Pelicans, Bucks. Has he played any of those teams recently? So he hasn't really played any of these top pace teams. He played the Sixers, which are up there in pace, and he did well. So I guess Marc Gasol, 5 months, 74. I guess it's decent at best. He's averaging 38 on the season. If he gets that, you're not upset, right? I think it's a decent play. I don't love it. But I like it. Let's see if I could get him in the lineup by the end of the night, but I doubt it. Yeah, I think this Triple J guy is the one that screams at me from this game, and I'll probably just look at Sacramento. Now on the Sacramento side, De'Aaron Fox for 6,800. He scored 45 the last time they played. All right. He went to Miami, scored 40. Atlanta, 72. Anybody could turn up on Atlanta. For these prices, I don't think I love it. At the end of the day, it's still a tough matchup for him, and he's on the road. And I'm pretty sure he's one of these. No, his splits are pretty equal on the road at home, but on the road, I'm not loving that without the crowd pushing him and just rooting for him. I don't love that. Buddy Hield. Now that this team is fully healthy, maybe some Shumpert, but he's also regressed from what he was doing before. Plus, Shumpert didn't play that last game in Memphis, so the fact that Shumpert plays this one changes things, I would think, right? These are things we gotta look at. Shumpert is a guy that sometimes could take 16 shots in a game. So I'm not really in a rush to play any of these guards. The only person in this game that I really like, I like Bielitsa, but for some reason they already moved on from his whole situation, trying to split his minutes up with Bagley and all that. I really like Cody Stein here for this price. I think he got 33 against them that last time. 35. At that price, 35 will make me happy. We know he got some 40-point upside. It's a lot of cheap per centers that I prefer, like Allen if he plays for 5K, Dwight Howard for 5K. But I do like Cauley Stein. I like the bigs in this game. I like Cauley Stein. I like Triple J. I'm gonna go with Triple J for $1,000 cheaper, thinking and hoping that he can get me closer to that 30 that I need for him. That's pretty much it. Done with that. New Orleans versus New York. Who knows if Alfred Payton is gonna play? I think he might. It's just about that time frame for an ankle to heal. He was questionable game time decision last game. Had about 2 more days to get healthy and trained up well. For 5,600 though, they did mention that if he played the other night, he would be on a minute restriction. I don't see why that changes right away. The guy's been out for a while, so give him some time to heal up a little bit, get back into shape a little bit, get back on the court. Coming back from a first game injury for 5K, I like that price, especially against New York, but not the first game back from an extended absence. And then Drew Holiday just he played 40 minutes. He got 10 assists. He had a double-double and still only got in the 30s. We know Drew couldn't give you points in the 20s, though. If he'd have had a little more points, he'd have been better off. He took less shots. He was on the road. The crowd was like against him, and those guys, Wiggins and those guys were turning up. Against New York, I think he should do better at home. With that being said, though, I'm not sure I'm in a rush to go crazy trying to play some Drew Holiday. But I do like his spot. I like the spot that he's in. It's just a little bit expensive. He's a dogs, man. And, you know, I like to have amnesia. And then Peyton might come back, and that kind of complicates things. So not super excited about that. Etuan Moore has been very hot, man. Very hot. His shots been dropping. That's 3 games now that he made at least 5 times for his price. Now his price is up. So if we get 19 at this new price, 17 or 24, but it's the Knicks. Knicks are very careless and all over the place. They don't even have like a rotation. When a team don't have a set rotation, the thing that concerns me is that they're going to get ran over, right? Because that's what teams do. They have a starting lineup that practice with each other in the bench or whatever, and then they know their roles. Roles are clear. Clear roles are important in any type of team. If it's sports or you got a job or whatever, you need clear roles, and there's no clear roles on the Knicks. So I'm not even sure the Knicks. I'm not even messing with the Knicks game on both sides. I'm not really interested in this game like that. I just hate the Knicks right now. Just watching them or whatever. Etuan Moore. Say he could be safe for the Nets too, right? Especially now that LeVert's out, they're going to be experimenting. It's just going to be all over the place. Wesley Johnson, Miller, all these guys are okay. Anthony Davis, 11K is expensive. Mirotic is questionable. At one point, I had Randall locked in because I was under the impression that Mirotic would miss this game. I guess he was scheduled for an MRI. And after the MRI was done, he did not appear on the injury report for tomorrow. He's not on the injury report. So I think he'll play. But he's been struggling. He's got some ankle issues. The fact that he had to have an MRI concerns me. And as of late, it's been showing. If I can get back this 40s consistency, which probably should against the Knicks, I'll love it. But he's banged up, and I accept it, and I appreciate it. And I'm just going to leave it alone. Then the Knicks. There's nobody on the Knicks that I like at all. Moutier got the start and still couldn't do anything. Now he's up to 4K. Trier, whatever his name is. I mean, he looks like he's been consistent in the 20s for 4K. I guess he's a better play. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the Knicks going to do. Tim Hardaway Jr. jacks up a lot of shots. I thought Bradley Beal was bad, but this guy right here, he'll go 2 for 12, 8 for 22. Just keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. Sucks. All these guys sucks to me, man. I'm not touching the Knicks. Knox had a decent game, I think, right? He made 6 times value. I don't see anybody here that I love. I'm just not messing with the Knicks. The Knicks is just a team to leave alone right now. Then we got Chicago versus Milwaukee. I actually like that the last game starts at 9:30 tomorrow. I think I like that quite a bit. Let's see. Evan Turner is in a stack. I think I read all this. You got burned rather Kyrie over Conley. I would probably agree with that because the way Kyrie's been playing aggressive and just the skill set, the athleticism. Kyrie's a better player. You got burned today. This guy is just telling me everything I do right and wrong. He done told me about my this man done told me about my bankroll, how many games. Like, what's up, man? What's up? The energy, man. I think you've been a little bit too much in my bubble, man. I gotta redevelop my bubble. Boo-hoo. I don't even want to read your comment right now, man. Shy got into foul trouble, nothing you can do. Yeah, exactly. It's key. Let's protect the energy on this breakdown, right? No bad energy, man. I think I've been penetrated by some real bad energy. And I'm trying to restore the feeling. Trying to restore the feeling and keep dealing more. Agree. I think Jaren Jackson will be in the winning lineup again. He alternates good and bad games. I like it. Just one of those days. If Jaren's on the court for 30 minutes, he's getting 40 plus. No backups. Only bust is these damn refs and their quick whistles. I agree. Look at Jaren Jackson game log when he hits value. All right, now we're finally talking about the players. I can appreciate a comment about the players. He only hits 2 blocks and 2 steals. Let's check it out. When he hits value, I mean, that's why he's picking up fouls. He's aggressive on defense. He's trying to get blocks and steals. Here he had 5 blocks. So if we take away 10, that's about 30. Okay. Here he had 3 blocks and 3 steals. So that's 12. If we take away 12 from this is 28. Here he had 5 blocks. That's why he's getting into foul trouble. So that's a good point, man. That's a valid point. You know, I really like to account for these big defensive games because I don't really think they're that reliable. Yeah, I'm starting to see something. So here he scored 20 points. And if we take away 6, that's 12. He still only had 28. That's interesting. That's a good point. Fox love to drive in the paint, which will create those opponent opportunities for defensive stats. Monte Morris, 55.4% and did nothing. You would think this is a game to load up on plays, but the Knicks run a deep rotation. Yeah, I hate Moore, but he's in a good spot. Etwan, 23 field goal attempts. Yeah, he was. I saw he was just shooting. He was trying to channel his inner Klay Thompson the other day. He was chucking up a lot of shots. Definitely was. Mirotic had a bad ankle turn that game. Yeah. Randall is OC. What's that? On call? I guess. A lot of people going to chase Etwan Moore. Yeah, I'm not big on Etwan Moore too much. If you're stacking the game, Minnesota versus Portland is the game. I could see it. Jeff Green been getting the minutes and producing. Maybe something to check into. Jeff Green. I did like Jeff Green the other day. Where am I? I did like Jeff Green. Good thing I didn't pick him because that game he really didn't do too well. He only got 21, but the games before that he did do well. And that's a safe floor. I mean, Jeff Green definitely got a safe floor. On a good game, you get some upside. I don't hate a Jeff Green play at all, especially I'm looking for small forward. I'm looking for cheap forwards, period. But I think Jeff Green is safe. Good point. Against the Nets, who seems to struggle, they're starting Jared Dudley. But Jeff Green's also coming off the bench, so he'll see some Hollis Jefferson, which is long. So Hollis Jefferson might affect him a little bit. But I like it, man. Look, 21, and he's efficient, right? Point per minute guy, 24 minutes, 22 points, 21 minutes. He got you all the way to 34. 34, he got you 35. 24, he got you 20. So I see some safe floors here for the guy. 27, 28. OKC. Memphis, 29, 12. Clippers, 24. So I like Jeff Green. I think his floor is safe. Got a little upside, point per minute kind of player. Definitely consider some Jeff Green. And there's no LeVert now, so the Nets defense suck. If the game gets crazy, he'll get more minutes. All type of situations where I see Jeff Green excelling. All right. Milwaukee. Giannis is too much. Bledsoe for 7K. I need about 40 from him. This guy right here will stab you in the back, man. I know this guy, man. I know I've had experience with this guy, man. I really hate to pick him. I'm not really a big Bledsoe guy. He'll be consistent, and then he'll just boom. He'll just drop out. But it's Chicago. So for one, this game could get crazy, and then that's a high price, right? Because everybody's been blowing them out. And Chicago is really intentionally trying to lose. Even when they lost their players in the beginning of the season, the young guys came out ready to play. I saw some competitive. I don't know. I think ever since I don't know. But they put up big games like against Denver, and they had some games where they really tried and they went wire to wire. But as of late, it's like they'll go up, the coach will take out the hot players, they'll go down, and then the coach will bring back in, and it's just weird. I'm telling you, man, I've been paying attention to some of these teams, and I just don't like what I see from them. So a high-priced player in this game, I'll try to be careful of. Similar to today's game, I know that Millsap did well and Jokic did well, but Millsap is the go-to for his team. I don't think Bledsoe is the go-to for his team. So I think what's going to happen is Giannis is going to come out, make a statement. He'll go well, but he's so expensive. The game probably gets crazy, and then that's it. I'm really, especially on the road, I'm not messing with high-priced players in this game. The guy I do like, though, and I like a lot, is Pat Connaughton. I mean, this guy is just everything I look for in a fantasy player. I've been trying to understand why he's been getting this much minutes, and it's been close games. All right, this game was a 3-point game. He got 27 minutes. This one he got 18. This was a 2-point game. He got 26 minutes. This was a blowout. He still got 21 minutes. But the consistent thing in all these minutes are just 20s. The guy is $3,600. He's 20s all over the place. And then this is the Bulls, guys. This is the Bulls. So love it, man. I love him. I think I'm locking in Pat Connaughton for some value, and I'm not going to really think too hard about it. Good matchup, good minutes, good consistency. What is he doing? I'm trying to see. He's shooting the ball pretty well. He's hitting on the threes. He's getting you some assists. He's playing defense. He's scoring. You don't even have to do much. He's 3K and he's getting minutes in the 20s and he's doing well. I love that. That's a nice point. If he fails, I'll feel bad, but I think that's a very nice play tomorrow. I love Mr. Connaughton right there. I don't think that's a trap. And I'm just trying to understand their rotation. So Dellavedova is not playing, right? He's not. He's getting like scraps minutes. So it's Bledsoe with probably Connaughton backing him up, right? I think Brogdon starts at the 2. Oh, this DiVincenzo guy left window game with a left knee soreness and not return. Oh, and they're down this DiVincenzo guy. He's been really getting a little bit of 1-2, a little bit. So that's interesting. So, yeah, I like Connaughton tomorrow. And then on the 3, Middleton starts here. Snell will back him up. But he's barely getting any minutes because Connaughton is a combo guy right here. I like it. I like it a lot. Giannis with Ilya. And then what Brook Lopez done lately. Everybody was big on Brook. Had a couple 40 games. They're like, yeah, you got to go Brook. You got to go Brook. Look at what he's doing. Look at what he's doing. Brook Lopez. And then he come out and hit you with 14. And his price was up too, right? He's at 5K, 14. And that's what I'm saying. Like, these are not guys that's consistent, athletic, go-to guys for their team that I trust on any given day. So that's the lesson learned right there. You get 40, 40, 14. That sucks. I felt bad for anybody who had him. 3,900 for Ilyasova. Nah, Ilyasova is one of those guys you look for when certain players are out. And then the Chicago side, same for the Knicks. I'm not really messing with nothing here. Zach LaVine for 78. People keep saying, oh, he takes 50 shots. He's the man. He's good. He's pretty good. Trust me. Yeah, play him. and then he'll come out and hit you with a 27, which is that game that he's due for, right, to be cold. So we could say he got that out the way, but I'm still not going to pay AK for him on a team that really sucks. Don't really care to win. Yeah, they don't even care to win. When you don't care to win, then I can't pick you. I can't do it. Can't do it. And then all this Harrison, all this Sikiono, or whatever the dude name is, Holiday. I like Holiday. Holiday's averaging on the entire season 6 times his price. And before yesterday's game, he's been in the 20s a lot. Look, 23, 33, 20, 20, 20, 20. So Holiday, I think, is interesting. I do like him. I'm just not messing with the Bulls, but I like him. Jabari Parker picked up a little bit. He's been like 30s a couple times, some 20s. I don't mess with him. Only person I like here is this Wendell Carter kid. And again, they're cutting his minutes short. He's not the same. He's not really getting an opportunity to do much. If he plays 29 minutes, you'll get a good game. But they're playing him mid to low 20s. And they don't even have centers healthy. So I don't know how they manage to do that. Are they trying to go small? I have no idea. But 5K normally would scream for me for that guy. But just not tomorrow. Just not tomorrow. All right. Now, who do I like tomorrow? Point guard, I like Spencer Dinwiddie on the road in a good matchup for just 5K. I didn't like him that much the other day. What he did, he got you just around 29. I think that's probably his floor moving forward. That was a blowout game. Spencer Dinwiddie is one of their go-to scorers. They don't really have too many scorers. D. Russ sucks. So this guy here got a safe floor. You'll get 25 on a mediocre night, especially with no LeVert. His floor is safe and his upside is massive. I can see him here dropping 40, especially if they fall behind early. So I like Dinwiddie. I'm going to throw Dinwiddie in that spot right there. Redick starting. I do like Redick. Let me see what other 2 guards are available to me. I don't mind Redick starting, getting minutes in the 30s. I mean, against Memphis, he kind of sucked. He scored. I mean, can I count on Redick to keep getting assists and rebounds? That's the thing, assists and rebounds. I don't know. I know that Spencer Dinwiddie plays the 2, so let me try some stuff. So put Spencer Dinwiddie at the 2. I like Spencer tomorrow. So let me see if I could find a point guard that I'm really interested in. I think should really bring some value at some good prices. I want to pull the trigger on some Kyrie. I just don't love the matchup, but I like what he's been doing lately. Let me bring in the lineup that I had and just see what I hate and love about it now that I spoke out loud. Teague for 6K. All right, let's move Teague, right? And move up Oladipo. I'm not really big on Teague with Rose playing. Let's just see how that would work. Short small forward, but doesn't Connaughton play small forward? So let's move up Connaughton right here. Love Connaughton tomorrow. Love. All right. Now let's try to get some balance. Power forward. This guy going for blocks, getting into fouls. If I could get a little more safety right there, I'll take some safety. I think this was like the hardest position to fill. This was the hardest position to fill. Take Jeff Green with his safe floor without the big upside. What did Savage do? Nothing. at all. John is 80, Randall. If Miritich out, I'll probably lock in Randall, no questions asked. But for right now, we don't know that, right? I would like Hollis Jefferson if I know that he's gonna play. I don't mind it 5K again. This game, he only played 23 injured. He got hurt. It was a big blowout. He's like one of the only people who showed up. An ankle injury, so we know how those go. So I'm just gonna not pick him for now. It sucks. It really does. I don't have a power forward that I love on the slate. It's crazy. Let me see what y'all talking about. Oh my God. Player. Let's see. If you had to choose a Bogdanovich in GPP, which would you choose? It's a good question. Let's see what they got going on for Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich's let me see the matchups. I would go Indiana's only because this guy, he played 3 games. He had 1 good game. So I would say Indiana's. And I think Indiana's a starter. I don't know if this other guy is starting yet. I'll go Mr. Indiana. I like Pat Me Too. Bogdan is trending up. Love John Wall versus D. West. I mean, John Wall is $3,000 more. DaVinci is out. Could explain Covington playtime. Not sure though. I love Covington. Love Connaughton. Don't like Wall or D'Lo because I don't have a good feel for that game. Both game scripts dependent. Dwight is the safest play. Yep, I like Dwight. If Allen is in, he's also a safe play. That's a fact. Everybody's gonna talk about Jabari's narrative. I'm not a big narrative guy. Jabari's a lock. He's gonna be chucking tomorrow against his former team. Yeah, I would never play Jabari ever. I gotta look into it for sure. And they got Giannis playing the 4, probably. I gotta look into it for sure if there's bad blood. Yeah, I'm not a big narrative guy. I got a lot of teams are tanking this year for one of the best draft classes in a long time. I know. I noticed. How do you possibly take Dinwiddie at point guard off the bench as opposed to T, who was just $200 more? Dinwiddie is similar to Montreal Harrell, where that they would come off the bench, but they will finish the game as well. So I don't really consider him a bench player, for one. For 2, if Derrick Rose plays, I don't like Teague's usage. Derrick Rose, when I watch him, he has the ball in his hand way more. The roles are going to swap. I probably like Rose in a situation like that. Rose going to have the ball. Rose already speaks in these interviews like he's the leader of the team. He's the veteran and he's running it. So the fact that Rose was out and Teague was able to shine is just not enough for me to really jump on a 6K Teague, who's normally like a mid-5, low 5K player. But Spencer Dinwiddie on the road against Washington, which is the worst defense in the NBA right now. Down, it looked like Hollis Jefferson's not going to play. It looks like LeVert's already out. So they're down their scorers. I like it. That's how I can take them like that. That's my rationale. You might see it different. Hey, check out Thon tomorrow if you need someone for the beer back neck minimum. I don't think I'm going to the minimum tomorrow, but Thon Maker is good. Why you think he'll get extra run though? What happens? Did I miss something? Let me see what's going on. On Maker for the bare minimum. He just had a good game or something. He's been showing some consistency. Yeah, I don't understand why Thon Maker. I know you live out that way, so you probably onto something that I missed. But I don't see why Thon Maker. Definitely not on my radar. Anybody feeling Napier? I like Napier too. I like Napier. It's just that D. West, Dinwiddie, and Napier, and then we got Crab back, Carroll back. It's a lot of people. Napier got a little extra run because it was a blowout. It was a blowout against Miami, so he shined a little bit. But he's definitely game script dependent. It just depends on how things flows. Plug in Favors, Aminu, or Green. I'm thinking Green. A part of me think just pay way up and get AD at home. And then just because and then come off of these big price people like Oladipo and Wall, because I got other options at guard. So kind of thinking about that. Bogdan's gonna have an explosion game very, very soon. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Rose and T won't be on the floor together though. He plays off the bench. I think Rose is in the starting lineup now. Ever since Jimmy left, I think they put Rose in the starting lineup. But we don't know. We don't even know if he's going to play. If he doesn't play, of course, I love Teague. If he plays, I'm not going to play Teague. And it's just that. That's just it for me. It will be Teague, Wiggins, Gibson, Covington. No, it's not. Gibson or Covington. Gibson, Teague, Wiggins, Gibson, and Covington? No. I don't think so. I don't know. I'm not sure. I will have to see it. I'm not going to speculate on it, but I'm not big on Teague right now. Just read an article, Bogdan still on minute restrictions. You guys are big on Bogdan. AD hasn't hit 6 times once recently. It also scares me, but something to the point out that Washington did give Porter one with second unit last game. Probably why he had a better game. I don't know why it wouldn't continue. Porter, 5,200, some minutes with the second unit. I mean, the game was a blowout. We got to consider that, right? So they probably was trying something with the leisure of a blowout to do it. And even with whatever they tried, he only got 27 and a half for 5,200. I need a little more than that. Just don't like what I've been seeing. If they're doing something and it's gonna work, I need to see it work before I consider it. So yeah. But the power forwards are really ugly, man. Power forwards has been looking really ugly. I'm not quite sure what I want to do here. Somebody said that he hasn't hit 6 times value. 11 times 6 is 66. This says 77. I don't know. It's a little bit inaccurate. Don't Donald Trump me now. You got to be accurate with your confessions. But still, 11K. I'm just never excited to do it, man. Never excited to do it. I know I have a safe floor. I'm definitely gonna get some 50 out of him. But that 11K really put a dent into my situation. So I need a power forward. Let's fill that last though, right? Let's see if I can. So I do like Allen. I think Allen plays. Nobody is sick forever like that unless he really came down with like some big time disease. I like Dwight Howard. I like Allen. What guards do I like? What other guards do I like tomorrow if I wanted to save, right? D Fox is decent. Dragic is consistent. Don't like his matchup. Teague with no roles. I'm not gonna play Elf right away. So yeah, I'd rather hold on. I think I'm just gonna stick to what I came up with. The only thing I don't love in this one right here is this Triple J guy. But with that being said, He's hit 30s and 40s. No matter how he did it, he's done it on multiple occasions. Oh, I did have Teague. See, um, he's done it on multiple occasions, so he should. Oladipo, Connaughton, John Wall, Allen, Triple J, Reddick, Dinwiddie, and Jeff Teague. That looks good to me. That's it. That's what I had before. Who's my power forward? Triple J. I don't love the power forward, so I could do that. I don't love the forward spots, period. So I like this. I think I could stick to this. Throw some money on this, sit back and see how it plays out. If Allen doesn't play though, how do I get another center in here? I will have to move around some pieces. I think he plays. What kind of illness keep you out for so long? I think he plays. For now, I'm going to say he plays. He was like a game time decision last game. Normally, when you're game time decision, and the way that this team needs scoring, they'll probably feed this guy, man. I like him and Dinwiddie stacked against Washington. That's a nice combo. He's missed the past two games. Coming from Illinois, prompted Ed Davis to start. Until so if Allen turns Friday, he'll presumably start the Friday roll. What kind of illness this guy has? He took a whole week off. But it's my lineup for right now. If Rose plays, I'll probably come off Teague. And if Allen's out, I gotta go with Ed Davis. So definitely, right? Allen out is a no-brainer. Anytime Allen's out, go Ed Davis. Especially with Richard Hollis Jefferson dealing with an ankle situation. So I could do that. And then I'll probably go Willie Cauley-Stein. If he's out, I'll do something like this. I don't mind Cauley-Stein tomorrow. I actually like the kid. And then Oladipo. Those are my two scenarios. Allen plays or he doesn't plays. And I think I'm just going to sit tight right there. Just watch how it plays out. So that's my breakdown. That's what I like and don't like. And that's it. That's it. I mean, Bogdan is a 6K player when he's getting full run. And he's probably Sacramento's best player. I agree. I think Teague had a big game with Rose and check real quick. Let's check it out. Derrick Rose. So when did Teague play last, right? Because Teague was out for a little bit. He played New Orleans, Brooklyn, Lakers, Milwaukee, and Toronto. New Orleans, yeah, I forgot. New Orleans, Brooklyn, Lakers, Milwaukee, Toronto. Rose, New Orleans. I don't think they played together in a while because they both had the issues, right? So New Orleans, Brooklyn. So we're looking at Brooklyn, Clippers, and I think Lakers, right? Brooklyn, Clippers, Lakers. Brooklyn, Clippers, Lakers. Oh, it's just Brooklyn, Lakers, and so Brooklyn, 47 and 35 minutes on the 12th. Lakers in 32 minutes, but he shot 2 for 12. I could forgive him for that. He only put up 23. So Brooklyn on the 12, Toronto on the 24. Brooklyn on the 12, Toronto on the 24. Brooklyn on the 12. They both had big games. But again, let me see something. Brooklyn, Toronto. Butler didn't play the Brooklyn game, right? And another thing is, They also got 2 new players on the team. Wiggins didn't play that game. Wiggins was out for a couple of games, remember? Let me see. A lot of mouths to feed over here. I'm not really too excited to go. Wiggins played the Brooklyn game. So it was Wiggins, Rose, but there was no Butler. But they didn't have Covington and Saric. So it's interesting. That's a good point, though. It's just interesting. I just got to see how it play out. You can't look at Teague's past game logs and judge that because without Butler, it's a complete different issues. 5.9 is too cheap for his upside. I mean, I got him in the lineup as of right now. Initially, when I opened the slate before I came live, there was a reason why I liked them. So, for whatever that's worth, they are right about the Wolves starters. It will probably be Gibson, Covington starting along each other. So Gibson, Covington, Wiggins, Teague. Oh, okay. I'm a Wizard fan. I'm from DC. If it is not Wall or Bill, don't do it. Yeah, I ended up ruling out Dwight Howard. Dwight isn't a huge part of the offense. Yeah, I already got rid of him. No Allen for now. Wait for the news. I already got a solution. No Allen, I'm going Cauley Stein. No Allen, I'm going to Cauley Stein. So I already got that figured out. So much for a 30-minute, yeah. Collison guarded J. Rich for the most of last matchup. He's probably a good. I don't hate Collison. I did consider him when I opened up and I went through that game. Definitely in a good spot. I definitely think he's in a good spot. Don't disrespect. Listen, Donald Trump tell blatant lies in his interview. I don't think he lies on purpose. He just don't know. He just says what he thinks is right. If you call that disrespect, then F you and F him too. All right, let's continue. Mute this. I love playing guys coming back from injury because they always go under own. That's a good point. Is Dwayne Wade coming back? We don't know. I still believe he's on paternity leave. Oh, he just had a baby? Tyler Johnson might not be too bad then. Oh, I was looking at Tyler Johnson too. I'm not a big fan. It's a lot of guards that I like over him. And there's no real pay up at forwards for me to have to pay that low on guards tomorrow. The forward situation sucks. So I didn't really consider him too much. But I do like him tomorrow. I think if you can do it in your lineup comfortably and you like it, go for it. I do like Tyler Johnson. He's been consistent too. But again, in that Brooklyn game, it was a blowout. That's why he got that run. Anunoby been hitting 20. Yeah, I'm not a big Anunoby guy, though. He's more about defense, incidental kind of guy. He's one of those guys that, like Derek Favors, been hitting 30, 30, 30, and then he just hit you. He's one of those type of guys. I'm a little bit worried about him. Connie dropped a lot of praise on Fox after that last game. Don't chase Teague. I feel you, Malevolent. I'm not in a big rush. I'd rather go Cauley Stein. Gibson and Saric probably going to split. Yeah, Teague is going to be chalk. If you can play Sweet Lou, you can play Teague. Lou Williams is so amazing. Favors save you some sleep. Oh, Favors is sleep. Yeah, but Favors just had like 17. I was hoping for some rants from you about the game. I missed the old. I'm sorry, Stan Fred, that I didn't meet the expectations. Always love me some Favors for sure. Forward spots got cheap sleepers. 4K with 30. I could dig it. All right, man. I'm about to get back to these books. Right now, what's this? History. I gotta do some history stuff. So I'm about to get back to that. And because they got blown out, that's why he didn't get the run in the minutes. That's a good point. They only scored 64. That's a point. You know what I mean? Favors. I'll check some Favors. I need a power forward. I'll quality check it and run it by my feelings a little bit. Teague's lowest price last season was $5,400. He's still a bargain if he's getting 35 minutes. No Island Crab. I'm good. Research shows how. All right. All right, guys. I'm done. I'm done with this. Guys, have a good night. Follow me on Twitter for any of my rants and updates and all that bull crap. I'm out. Peace.